battle, always critical. Maryland with star Luke Weirman, ranked number 2 in the nation in terms of winning draws. He pops this one loose. They fight for the ground ball, and it comes up for black jerseyed Rutgers. Picked up instantly there. Rutgers defense, the close D, Russo, Boswell, and Gene Felix will be tested tonight. Wisnauskas off the split, gets into the alley, trying to roll back. Donville, one of the great transfers for Maryland. Off the feed, there's Keegan Kahn, lifting the locals to the lead. It's 1-0 Maryland.
The Rutgers defense will try to regroup after they take it on the carousel that is the Maryland offense. Maryland moves the ball so well. Logan Wisnauskas ends up on a short stick. Jonathan Donville catches the Rutgers defense ball watching. He dodges, spins back to his right. No one sees the front swing and just got you looking silly on that last goal. You really got to hunker down. You're looking at the individual matchups, trying to figure out what Rutgers is up to defensively. They typically do not like to slide a whole lot.
Kahn against Apgar, who came to town for Rutgers from Division III Salisbury. Molliver in tight, tiptoes the crease to score.
Maryland is out of the gates fast. We've seen this script before. Molliver has played more of a midfield role over the last couple of weeks as Owen Murphy has bumped down to attack. When you run him out of the box, you tend to get a shorty matchup. But tonight he's being guarded by Jared Gene Felix. Gene Felix loves to be on ball. Here you see the slide. He completely...
Special coming from Maryland Stadium in College Park. Murphy isolating. Quick feet, turns the corner, fires, he scores! Magnificent work from Owen Murphy.
Murphy is so quick. His change of direction is sublime. This ankle-breaking move behind the cage is a thing of beauty as he just goes to his right, comes back left, little crossover move. If that was an NBA point guard, that is his signature crossover almost. Look at that, boop. See you later. And Colin Kirst, I know, taken to the rack like that.
Wisnauskas hesitates, steps and fires, he scores! Logan Wisnauskas.
He inches closer and closer to the Maryland all-time scoring record. The great thing about Wisnauskas, he can play from the wing, he can play up top, he can play behind. He's become so versatile since his career begun here in College Park. This is nothing fancy. He's just gonna lull a shorty. Again, they're so good at getting the switches. Gets to the middle of the field, off hip side. Maryland is dominating.
Wisnauskas and the Terps, a flashy start in the first.
Back.
Maryland has won the last 15 meetings straight up against Rutgers. Rutgers' lone win in the all-time season series back in 1980. Long to Wisnauskas off the hitch. He fires, he scores! Logan Wisnauskas has tied the Maryland mark for point scoring. Rutgers with 40 seconds to shoot.
Knobloch has the pole on this first midfield unit for the Scarlet Knights.
Jacoby rolling back against Smith. Top it comes. Knobloch fires and scores. Shane Knobloch.
Terrific offense by the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Ronan Jacoby has really come into his own. The transfer from Wesleyan, Division III Wesleyan, John Raba's program, won a national title a few years back. Watch him suck the defense down, draws the slide, Makar, and with doing that, Knobloch is able to step down uncontested, and he tattoos.
Scarlet Knights in black. Play it around, top side for Bartolo. He'll put the big swim move on and fire to score! Mitch Bartolo.
Rutgers can score in bunches, and this is what they needed after getting some saves from Kirst. The offense is paying him back by finding the back of the net. Makar, the number one cover man, is matched up on Bartolo, and Bartolo does something to Makar that not many players can do. He swims him and then still can see over top the defense.
Logan Wisnauskas on the verge of a Maryland record this trip.
Great transition defense by Rutgers. They read the scout. Brabulski, not really a scoring threat. They allowed him to carry down and take the shot if he chose to. He didn't. Cycles it down, and now Rutgers gets in the 6-on-6.
Long off the sweep. Plays catch with Wisnauskas. Logan works at goal line extended. Snapshot score! Donville!
Donville, one of the transfers. He comes from Ithaca, New York, Cornell University. And there's Wisnauskas. I think he's going to get credited with an assist on that. Wisnauskas is a handful up top. Look at the physicality of the Rutgers defense, but Wisnauskas just steps away. That won't be an assist because Donville had to dodge that defender. But just that little wrinkle move. I mean, they're just ankle breaking the Rutgers defense right now. In the NFL, what a story that would be. You talk about these special athletes in college lacrosse. Pat Spencer, Tewaaraton winner from Loyola University in Maryland a couple of years back, now playing in the G League. Spent his 5th year of eligibility playing basketball at Northwestern.
Slingshot score from the alley. Knobloch has his 2nd of the night.
The 2021 Big Ten Freshman of the Year was Shane Knobloch, and the Jersey boy gets his 2nd marker of the night. The first one was off ball when his man left him to slide, and this time we're just going to see him beat Geppert off the dribble. Cruises down the alley, comes into the hash mark where he knows he's going to increase his angle.
Time personalities off the field, but a lot of guys who put up on the field for sure.
I was just going to say, we're beginning of the 2nd quarter, first time we've mentioned Bubba Fairman's name. That's how deep and talented this Maryland team is.
At the line, this will bounce home. Murphy's done it again. Maryland responds quickly.
That's a tough break for Rutgers and Colin Kirst, but it speaks to the strikeability of this Maryland offense. Bobby Benson maybe with the greatest free agent acquisition over the last couple of years. Owen Murphy was not wanted at Johns Hopkins, and he comes to Maryland at the University of Maryland.
With enormous success, a Maryland team that's been over 20 goals 5 times already this season. Closing in, score! Jack Brennan.
It's like trying to plug a hole in a dam, and you get one plugged up and 2 more leaks spring, and you just can't get to them in time. That is this Maryland offense. It's on one side of the field. Keegan Kahn hits it. Jack Brennan steps down. Constant motion, constant movement, always getting to great shooting spots.
This is DeMeo working in, sweeping there, finding Long. Picked up by Franz Kowiak. Long will invert. The midfielder going back behind the cage. The bounce shot is wide. Backed up by Molliver. Quickly to Kahn. He scores.
Molliver and Murphy are becoming interchangeable on this Maryland offense, as Brian Brett can only look on and try to figure out some way, somehow to stop this Maryland onslaught. Kyle Long with the invert, comes around, just misses the shot. Molliver picks it up. Keegan Kahn just steps out to the side. The off-ball defense for Rutgers is confused, and they're just getting run around in circle. Maryland is getting, forcing it a little bit, actually.
Brian Breck, the head coach for Rutgers, used the term machine-like to describe Maryland, their performance to a 9-0 start for the guys in white.
It's not an inaccurate assessment.
To the interior. Guess who? Kahn has done it again. He's the first on the board with a hat trick.
The wrath of Kahn has been in full effect really since the Virginia game, where he had a little bit of a coming out party. And machine-like, yes. Are they human? They are, but holy smokes, look at Kahn just run up field. And again, just Rutgers a day late and $1 short. They're just
have to go in quarter two. Maryland has put 4 unanswered back on the board after an early second quarter strike, second of the game, from Shane Knobloch. Kamish against Long. Fires, he scores! Brennan Kamish from the angle.
Kamish is one of the capos, the short stick D midfield unit for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And John Tillman told us this week in talking to him, he doesn't think Rutgers is as NASCAR as they were back in like 2016-17, when players like Christian Mazzone would stay on the field and play offense. But this is what Kamish does. Instead of going to the box and beating it, so as the day's gone on, when it's not windy, it's okay. It's not the best, but we'll take it.
Jump shot, score! Jack Corus.
Maryland just has this Rutgers defense off balance. I love what they're doing with Owen Murphy and Eric Mulliver. It just is a change of pace. You don't know which way they're coming, but this is all Keegan Kahn and Jack Corus. Kahn, you have to respect him as a scorer. He draws the slide, feed down low to course, no one supporting, and the Terps continue to...
The injured list and playing. Brad Apgar injured early in the season. We had heard reports that he was close to being ready. Molliver to the interior. Donville faked the shovel shot, lost it out of his cross, and Kirsch says thanks. For Rutgers, they look to clear. Ball down. A battle for that ground ball. A loose ball hold is going to give possession to Rutgers.
Yeah, good call by the official.
Donnie for Rutgers. On the move, Amon. Second midfield out there for Bryant Breck. Jack Amon works in off the split dodge. Shot clock's at 8. Tereski inverted against Prabilski, slams on the brakes, turns a corner, bounce shot, score! Nick Tereski with a beauty.
First time we've seen the second midfield unit for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and they find pay dirt. We saw Sanguinetti take a run in the first half of action, but Tereski, he's an attackman by nature, playing some midfield. And watch him get to X and just put the brakes on. Comes back the other way. Uses the goal as well. Uses the goal as almost a pick. And slips a nifty shot past.
Lions back on Friday.
Yeah, Justin Brown was terrific for the Wolverines.
Wisnauskas off the hesitation. Feeds inside. Molliver! He scores! And that should be the record point for Logan Wisnauskas. If he gets credited with that assist, he is Maryland's all-time #1 point producer.
Looks like an assist to me. Mark it down. Wisnauskas, apropos that he does it on a feed. I mean, this is a selfless guy, a self-proclaimed lax nerd, a guy who just works tirelessly. Wall ball Wednesdays, shooting in the snow, good little exchange, little two-man game right there. Wisnauskas head up, again drawing slides, and a little sneak from Molliver from big #1. And we've got a new scoring king in College Park. Hands down, Roman Puglisi, first-team All-American candidate. I think Jake Higgins is All-American caliber at short stick D midi. Logan McNaney, their goaltender. I mean, there's 4 potential All-Americans that play defense for Maryland. and they barely get talked about.
McNaney in goal was honorable mention All-American a season ago. 13-5 for the Terps. Moving towards the tail end of the third quarter. Long on the run. He scores. Kyle Long.
Speed kills. Kyle Long, it's like he's almost slingshot down the alley. He's moving so fast. He gets that incredible first step, and then teams don't even really have the thought to slide, let alone the physical acumen. And Kyle Long just continues to dazzle. Just a pass across the face of the defense, some room and space down the alley. Kyle Long paced the upper 90.
Find out what he had in his pregame meal. He has been shot out of a cannon tonight, and it is the Terps. Loving thing. Puglisi, who's been scoring goals regularly, slows the tempo and finds Wisnauskas. Final 90 seconds of quarter three. Maryland had the lead 11-4 at the halftime break. They have the last 3 goals of this frame. Compliments of Molliver, Kahn, and Long. And more. Add to it with Wisnauskas.
He could take a licking and keep on ticking. Logan Wisnauskas pays the penalty, pays the price physically for that last goal, but just gets up, shakes it off. I mean, these guys are starting from a stationary position. DeMeo, Long, Donville. Then here they come, and Wisnauskas just kind of catches the Rutgers defense asleep. Everybody looking upfield, no one paying attention to big number one, or just the Rutgers just trying to chip away. Might be an insurmountable task right now, but you just try to get better. You know, you try to win this fourth quarter, leave College Park with a little bit of momentum as you have 2 regular season games left in Big Ten competition.
Big Ten tournament will be played right here at Maryland Stadium. Behind the back, beauty! Sneaky delivery from Brian Cameron.
This is a slick goal by Brian Cameron. We mentioned Rutgers' propensity for jamming the ball inside. Maryland has really taken that away tonight from the Scarlet Knights, but look at Cameron's set up, and he knows there's only one path to stick that one. That is a nifty feed and a tidy finish by Brian.
Maryland has won its last 8 straight home games against ranked teams. Rutgers looking for the quick move downfield, they score. Stashed in alone from point-blank range. It is Ross Scott finally on the board.
Great run out. Unfortunate for the Terps, the angle that ricochet off of the pipe took on the shot. But credit the Scarlet Knights for being whistle ready. And they just beat what was kind of a little bit of a lazy Maryland ride. Ross Scott finishes at the other end.
And at the Big Ten Network studios, great save on the sideline. DeMeo comes trotting in. They keep it hot.
Well, that's your all-time point leader now at Maryland, making a hustle play.
DeMeo fires and scores. A missile.
Wisnauskas saving possession for the Maryland Terrapins, doing a little bit of everything. Watch him beat Bobby Russo, flicks it behind his back to Anthony DeMeo, almost eats the mat over there with the Maryland insignia. And then it just gets worked behind the cage. Donville skip pass up top. DeMeo, international realm of lacrosse.
Someday you hope we will see lacrosse in the Olympics, and
absolutely,
wouldn't Tom have loved to have seen that?
Yeah, you think about the tradition and the history of Rutgers lacrosse. There have been so many great players. Keith Cromwell, Al Ray, great Craig Rinaldi, John Neslonsky.
Add Cameron to that list of late. Brian Cameron tacks on another one. Rutgers improves its count to 8.
Yeah, at this stage, obviously you're still trying to win the game, but that is a monumental task this late, being down by this much. So the focus becomes improvement. Let's win the next minute. Let's win the next 5 minutes. Let's win the next quarter. Cameron with a nice dodge from behind the cage, little stutter step, gets that leverage against Rahill, stick up field. And watch that right shoulder, little dip right there to get around his defender.
Left in this one. Maryland will improve to 10-0.
It's been an impressive run so far for the Terps. Next up, Ohio State. Looking forward to bringing that game to our viewers next week.
Rutgers will fall to 10-2 in the process. Whenever Maryland keeps a team below 10 goals, it's just about automatic. This will be their 37th win in that fashion. Off the crossbar and post again. Rebound flicked in. Something else for the highlight reel for Maryland.
And there you can see Colin Kearse. It's been a long night for this Rutgers defense. Just a little bit of a rebound, sloppy goal. They all count. But Rutgers right now, they're just going to get ready for the University of Michigan. Little razzle-dazzle right there by Kelly. Looked like he one-handed that behind his back.
He did.
Picks it up.
More buttoned up, better scheme, better personnel when they're man down. They get a little man down practice here with 1:35 to go in this contest. Long range, another scorcher there. That's a bullet from Jacoby. Ronan's first goal of the night.
Looked like Maryland was going to be able to kill that penalty off. Rutgers just moving the ball around, and it looks like there was a trip or a Maryland defender lost his footing in the middle of the field right there, and that kind of opened up the shooting lane. The defender's looking around, it's like, where's the moving pick? But it looked like incidental contact. Jack McDonald, Penn State.
This one's in the books. Maryland, another devastating win over a top 3 opponent. They ravaged Virginia. They roll over Rutgers tonight, 17-9, further establishing themselves as the undisputed #1 in the land.
I mean, you look at this schedule. You know, the teams that